Story time. What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well today. Yeah, guys, we're gonna be doing a little bit of a different style of video. This is gonna be super weird because I'm not gonna do any type of edits or cuts during this. This is gonna be so weird, but it's this is gonna be a new type of video I do where it's kind of more like a podcast thing. You know, you guys can just chill out, you know, sit back and relax. I'm gonna have some gameplay of some random stock footage game that I have, probably Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna basically just be doing this on a few videos. I want to see how this one does, but I'm gonna be like just talking to you guys about random stories and things that have occurred in my life. Specifically, there's this one story that I wanted to share with you guys. As some of you all know, that I used to live in South Korea back from 2016 to 2019, and yeah, it was a pretty insane ride. So back in it was like early 2017, late 2016, when I first moved into my apartment in South Korea, and this story is crazy. Basically, I ended up almost dying in my apartment. Not even in my apartment, my apartment building. I literally almost died with a group of at least maybe 20 to 30 other Korean people. I'm sure it was way more than that, but that's about how much I can remember. So the story is that I had recently picked up a classic guitar. I was doing some practicing in my room. I had my window open. Now, the way my room was structured is that I had like a wall window, and I used to open my my shades up, and I would have the whole wall open. It would be awesome, you know what I mean? I had the sunlight coming in. I had a great view of the whole complex. I could see people walking through, and the trees were, it was a beautiful view. Now, when I was sitting there, everything was fine. Everything was normal. And I remember I sat down on my bed. My bed was by my window, so my back was facing the window, and I had my guitar, and I was just practicing. I was tuning, and then I was messing with some chords, you know, doing a little finger picking, you know what I mean? Trying to sound a little sultry, you know what I'm saying? But so this is what happened. I'm sitting there chilling, right? I'm practicing my guitar, minding my own damn business, and I hear like a kind of a loud sound. Now, I wasn't really sure what the sound was, and the sound sounded like it came towards my front door. So like I kind of like, you know, peeked my head a little bit, and I didn't see anything weird. So I was like, all right, whatever. I ignored it. Sat back down, continued playing my guitar, and I'm chilling, and I start smelling smoke, and I'm like, okay, that's a little bit more concerning. And I turn around, and I promise you, I will even put a video clip in the middle of this story time to kind of prove this to you guys. I'll probably put it in after I explain this, but I turn around, and that beautiful view that I just looked at through my window was completely engulfed in flames. There was a giant fire in this apartment building, and I lost my shit. I remember I dropped my guitar immediately. Like, I remember the side of the, like, kind of like the frets, or like whatever, that top part of your guitar, like I dropped it, and it like hit the side of my bed. I was hoping I didn't break it, but I had better things to worry about. Now, mind you, I was wearing short shorts, like house shorts, like basically like I'm chilling in the house shorts, and I was wearing like a tiny ass t-shirt, and I didn't think about grabbing anything but my flip-flops, my keys, my wallet, and I jetted the fuck out of there. I got out of that apartment immediately. Now, as soon as I open up the door, boom, I open it up, I'm looking left, I'm looking right, it's smoke throughout this hallway. I'm smelling it, and I can see it. That's the scary part. So I say to myself, okay, first things first, go to the fire escape. I've never been in a fire before in my life, so I was like, I'm gonna go straight to the fire escape. I'm running. You know what I'm saying? I make my way to the fire escape. I try to open it, and it's fucking locked. It is completely locked. And I was like, I remember at that point, I was like frustrated. It was like a quick 3 seconds of me asking myself, why the hell would you lock the fire escape when there's situations like this where the whole complex is about to burn down? So I'm freaking out. And I run down. I run down to the other side, because there was another fire escape. There was another side of the complex. I run to it. I'm like charging, and I'm wondering, why is my whole floor is empty. I didn't see anybody, I didn't hear anybody, and I was like, that's the weird part. And I was like, holy shit, am I the only person left in this building and they don't know? So that freaked me out even more. This is all true story, by the way. I will provide pictures and videos for you guys somewhere in here, and you will see that I'm not lying to you. So I'm running out towards the other fire escape. I open it, and there is a fire at the fire escape. The fire escape was on fire. I think at that point, I started actually freaking out. You know, I'm thinking to myself like, okay, this is actually the worst thing that can happen. You know what I mean? You're sitting there with the fire escape on fire. The one mechanism you have to get the hell out of this building is gone. So I was like, what are my other options? There's no stairs because the stairs are the fire escape. What can I do? And I was like, I have to do the unthinkable. I have to get on an elevator. So I charge my way to the elevator. I get to the elevator, I hit the button, and it's coming from the top floor. Meaning and I could see that somebody had pressed a button. So when it came down to the next floor, and it opened up, and I walked in, and there was a Korean woman in there. And like, I can't even explain what our interaction was like, because the woman clearly couldn't speak English, but she looked at me and I looked at her, and we both had like this fear in our eyes. Like, it's like no matter what language we spoke, there was some like human instinct that was like, hey, we gotta get the hell out of here, and we're gonna be in this together. So she was homegirl for a little while, you know what I'm saying? So I charged my way into the elevator, and I like look at her and I just say, we have to leave. I just say to her, we have to leave. She understood that, you know what I mean? That's basic English. So she like nods her head. She's like spamming the one button. She's fucking pressing that shit faster than pressing A on Fox on Smash Brothers, trying to do your rapid jab. She was pressing that floor one button. We're going down. This was the crazy part. We're going down, and I could feel the temperature of the elevator changing. That was freaky, because it was like I was located maybe on like the third, or I think I was on the third floor. Man, it's been years since I've lived there, but I was on the third floor, and I'm moving down, and it starts getting hotter. We get to the first floor, and when the doors open, I kid you not, it was one of the most terrifying things I ever experienced. A gust of just flames, a plethora, look at me using big words, a plethora of flames came charging, rushing into the fucking elevator, and I felt like my eyebrows got singed. I remember my skin kind of like feeling like a burning sensation, like pain. I wasn't on fire, I was perfectly fine, but me and the woman got knocked back from the gust of the wind, because I think the way I guess fires and air pressure and all that works, when it opened up, all the pressure from the fire and everything that was happening outside of the elevator pushed into the elevator, so we got knocked physically backwards into the elevator, and it just became excruciating hot. And I'm a little dazed because I was like in shock, and she runs to the elevator and she's doing that Fox jab down. She starts hitting the close button, and she hits the top floor. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if this is the best idea or this is the absolute worst idea. We couldn't escape. That was like the bottom line. So we essentially just had to get somewhere where we could get some fresh air, and we could think about what the hell we even had to do. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know if she hit the top floor. I'm pretty sure it was like the top floor she had hit. It was one of the top floors. So we get up, we're going up in the elevator. We get out this floor, and I see everyone who lived in this building. It was a lot of people. I remember earlier I said to you guys like 30 or 40 people. It was more than that. But I mean, I'm not exaggerating. It was a lot of people. We got out this elevator, and I'm looking around, and it's just so many different emotions happening. There were people who were just like wearing masks. This was before all the quarantine stuff. So people was wearing masks in Korea, like way before all this. But people wearing masks. People had like their shirts over their faces. There was a woman crying on the side. There was a child that was really scared. There were people like just pacing back and forth. Everyone's on their cell phones. There was a guy trying to open up the window so we could get some fresh air because it was so much smoke just forming in this part of the building where everyone started getting really lightheaded. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about smoke inhalation, but like if you keep breathing in smoke, it makes you really sleepy. Like it makes you're losing oxygen. You're just getting more and more tired. Your body's getting fatigued. And that was happening to me because at some point I kind of was just like, I was just against the wall, like waiting. I was like, we have to just like wait for the fire department. Like the most we could do is like climb out the window. If this shit, like basically my plan was like, yo, if this fire gets anywhere near this part of the building, I'm getting out the window. Like I will figure it out. Cause like they did have this little opening thing where you could like jump onto it. And I think you could jump again. You might break your legs, but I'd rather break my legs than to lose my life. You know what I'm saying? So we're in there, and I remember just not losing consciousness, but I was like getting dizzier. I was like, man, this is scary. Everyone starts rushing towards like the window because people needed oxygen. And that was kind of weird because it was like human instinct. Everyone's like looking out after themselves, so everyone's like pushing each other and shoving each other to get to this window, and my black ass is like the only foreigner in this whole this whole apartment building. So I'm literally at the window, like just trying to breathe out this little ass corner, you know what I mean? Eventually we hear a loud, and I'm talking about like a loud, like I don't even know how to describe. I guess it was like a chopping sound. A firefighter came through the fire escape, and for some reason this specific fire escape, I guess maybe they put out the fire specifically at this part of the building, but once they put that part out, he chops it down, he opens a door, and he like starts shouting at us like in Korean to basically go down those stairs. Now, mind you, my Korean was not good at the time, but I can understand when a human being is gesturing me to get the fuck out of a burning building. You know what I mean? So everyone's trying to get out this building, and he's giving us instructions to grab like our shirts and like put it over our faces, keep our heads down, and to just run straight out the door. We're running, we're going down these stairs. We eventually run through all the smoke. They cleared out a lot of the fire from the bottom floor, but our building was very much still on fire. We finally get out, and I get outside, and when I breathe, it felt so weird because it was like fresh oxygen almost like made me cough, and I was just like and I could barely breathe. It was crazy, man. So yeah, we get outside. And I remember there was another foreign teacher that lived there, and he wasn't around. Apparently he was like on the bus ride on the way home. There was a Chinese teacher that I knew. She was on her way home. Nobody was home except me when it came to like the foreigners. So it was funny because I had never met this guy, but I knew he lived in my building. So what I did was, you know, I was like, well, maybe all my shit's gonna be on fire and burn. So like, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do after a fire? Like, when a fire is happening, what do you do? Do you just stand there and watch it? Like, or do you go do something? So I was like, I'm gonna step away from this. I think I just need a chill pill. I'm gonna go walk over to this coffee shop. I'm gonna order myself a caramel macchiato, and I'm sitting my black ass down right here, and I'm chilling, and I don't want to deal with any of this. And I'm gonna come back if my apartment's burned down. I'm sure my school will pay for all the damages, and I will have to move into another building. That's how I expected it to go. And I looked in the mirror when I went to the coffee shop. I ordered my caramel macchiato, and I remember the woman at the front desk, she was just looking at me like, what is up with you? Like, what? And I was like wondering, like, why did she look like, did I look crazy or something? And I look in the mirror. There was like it's weird that they had like this like mirror kind of like thing in the coffee shop, and I looked through it, and my face is just like, I'm already like dark, but like I was even darker. Like I had charcoal cheeks, and like my clothes had soot all over it, and it was just like I looked like I had just came out of a war or something. And I explained to her, the building over there where I live is on fire. And she freaked out because that building was connected to the coffee shop, and she didn't even know about it. So the Korean girl at the front desk was like freaking out a little bit, wondering if she should close or not. And I was like, I don't know, I don't work here. She made me my caramel macchiato. I'm sitting down, and I see the foreign teacher walk in, and he sees me, and he's just like looking at me for a moment. He's like, do you live in the building over here? I was like, yeah. I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you. I'm the English teacher for Hongsong High School. I'm saying this as I'm wearing short shorts, this little ass t-shirt. I got smoke all over my face. I got these flip-flops. My hair is looking like a wreck. I'm looking like a straight up bum drinking a caramel macchiato. Talk about some, I'm an English teacher. So yeah, that's basically how the story ends. You know, him and I talked for a little while. We actually became good friends over there. But like it was really funny how that's how him and I met. And yeah, that is the story about how I literally almost died in South Korea when it was due to a fire. The way it concluded was that they put out the fire. Apparently my room was untouched. So were a lot of other people's rooms. There were some, it was this different part of the building that got really messed up. Luckily, the part of the building that I lived in didn't really get that much damage. So aside from like fixing some things in the hallways, my apartment was untouched. I was blessed. I walked in my apartment. I was so happy that my guitar was just sitting there still. And I was just grateful that I came out of that alive. So yeah, that's the story, guys. Yo, if you guys enjoyed this kind of like story time thing where, you know, I just sit here and I just talk to you guys, you know, I share interesting stories about my life. Honestly, guys, my life is like a cartoon sometimes. It's like the dumbest and funniest things happen to me, but I always come out of it alive. So I always feel like it's meant to happen for me to learn and grow and experience different things. So let me know if you guys find this interesting, or if you would like to hear more of these kind of stories, you know what I mean, as a little like podcast. You know, I know some of you guys are working, quarantine, we don't got a lot to do, you know, sometimes you just want some noise in the background, and hopefully that this kind of story time thing can provide that for you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you kick the like button if you haven't already, and as always, stay beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, take care, and I love y'all. Later.